so impressive. It's like they were reading the game, they knew exactly what to do, they were playing as a team, and I'm worried for Alliance.
I don't blame you. I mean, as God said, more convincing wins for Liquid. They made it a 2-0. How much of a factor do you feel like the home crowd's going to be there? It feels like every time Alliance plays on a stage at DreamHack, it feels like the crowd just empowers them to do better and to just pull out that extra bit more that normally you wouldn't see.
Swedes have power, dude. I mean, that's why Alliance only has Swedish guys on the team. It's because the more you have, the more powerful they become. So, I mean, if you asked me at the beginning of this tournament, it doesn't really matter. What's the draft, you say, Slacks? Well, here it is.
I will still ask you, what did you think at the beginning of the tournament?
Well, I thought Imperial had it in the bag. I thought Alliance would probably be the first team out, and they just got that home team advantage. I've never been to DreamHack. I didn't know about the Swedish power until now. I think they can go all the way. I think they're going to take it.
I mean, the Swedish power definitely real. And let's take a look indeed at what is happening in the draft. Team Liquid on the Dire side for the first time. I believe that it was Knoxville that said it was a 6-1 so far in favor of Alliance, Radiant games, as Alliance is now Radiant.
Man, that's too much math for me. What do you think?
To me, it's very few games so far, I guess.
It is.
I hear 6-1, I'm like, yeah, that's a good record, but that's 7 games.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see here if
it was like
Radiant side fails.
60 and 7 or whatever, you know? Or 60 and 10, I guess, would be the equivalent ratio.
Oh.
Then I'd be like, yeah, Radiant's pretty favored. 60 and 10's good, but 6-1, I'm like, it's 7 games, like, you know?
Gods, I gotta ask you, if you had to be Radiant or Dire, like in real life,
to exist?
Yeah. What side?
In real life?
Radiant, dude. There's butterflies
you're
on
a
the map.
Radiant?
What is
Oh,
Dire
come
map?
on.
Dude, Dire got snakes
lava?
and like little turtle. I like snakes.
Dire is like hell.
God, I'm trying to, like...
There's lava. It's hot. There's no trees.
cool.
Nothing grows there. What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna?
Snakes!
Tell me on snakes. I have a friend who wants to get a pet snake. I'm just like,
I have a
why would
lizard
you do
with
that?
teeny tiny feet. He's like a cross between a lizard and a snake, and he's the best.
You think Radiant's good, but the ambient animals on Radiant never stop. There's goddamn squirrels and
Dude, those
butterflies
squirrels
everywhere.
are on
Amazing.
something.
Everywhere.
Yeah, cool. I love it.
No.
Good.
Oh yeah, you're
Our
enchantress.
fountain looks.
Of
Our
course.
fountain's better than the Dire fountain.
Yeah,
Dude,
we go.
ours has lava flowing everywhere.
We need to move on. I'm sorry. We got Alliance over
Let's
here.
be real.
They're gonna go for that first pick, Warlock and Slardar, and then Team Liquid going for that burst damage yet again. We've been seeing this all day today with some Marana
Ooh.
and a Shan King.
Okay. I mean, the Alliance kind of adjusts after watching that series, banning out the Oracle. That was one of the key heroes for Liquid and some of their success, I'd say, as far as that best of 2, best of 3 went, that they won 2-0. And the Marana's nice and flexible because it can be played in the mid lane. You can put it as a support, so it doesn't really reveal too much about your draft.
Turn to ban.
Interesting stuff here. Now, Alliance, though, I am a little worried for them. They did manage to 2-0 Liquid in the league, and this they didn't fare too well against Team... 2-0 escape in the league, excuse me. They didn't fare too well against Team Liquid, if I remember correctly, so... Be a rough match for them, potentially. Alchemist banned out. Nobody wants to face against Alch on a good team.
Banning the Void, too.
Yeah, clever. I mean, that was a key for Liquid's victory previous game. And before that, we saw the Matuma Man Morphling.
Yes.
Is that worthy of a ban? It is not. It is the Naga Siren ban, who we haven't seen all day not banned nor picked.
Huh.
Alliances turn
Interesting. You would think that they would get Naga Siren banned against Alliance, right? Why Liquid? Do they have a good Naga player?
Miracle can definitely play the Naga. I've seen a few games of his. They've also played it as a support as well, so it's again flexible pick. Combos well with the Marana. You sleep, you set up the Sand King spells, you set up the arrow from the Marana. So also maybe suggest something that Alliance have planned with their draft that they don't want to have to verse like a song. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be, but
That's what I'm thinking. More like it was a. They know exactly what they want to get here on Alliance that they don't want Naga Siren interfering with. Who could that be? Who's good against Naga? What do you think, Annie?
I mean, Naga loves to go late, so maybe Alliance are thinking that they can just kind of pace themselves out. They can just kind of sit back, slowly push lanes, not feel the pressure too much, and not try to engage in those early game team fights.
Okay, I could see that.
You know, I've been hyping up Hanskin's Disruptor basically every time Alliance plays.
Yeah.
We're never gonna see it.
Now, take it easy, Sheever. We're gonna see it right here.
Oh!
Jesus.
Got him.
everyone calm down.
No, we're hyped right now. All right. So,
Right.
you made
Nice
so
good.
excited. Talk to us about Hanskin's Disruptor.
Okay, so first of all, He's a beast on that hero, and even if he plays it without any other help, he is still amazing, and he'll make the plays, and he's very aggressive with it. You can't run, you can't hide. He'll get you, and he'll get you locked up in that nice kinetics field, and then he's just gonna kill you.
Yeah, I mean, the reason I knew Disruptor is getting picked because he is excellent against Sand King as well. I mean, he can grab
27 and 29. I mean, you guys are talking it up. Those stats.
That's stats.
That's stats.
We're not looking at that
Stats don't
stats.
matter. Okay.
Okay, come on.
That's lying.
Yeah.
There you go. Ruined that for you.
But as I was saying, I mean,
It's also really great with the Slardar because we talked about it a little bit earlier as well. It gives the extra vision, so more glimpse possibilities, and overall is just great control.
yeah, not too bad against Mirana as well. So Witch Doctor going to be picked up.
Ooh.
It's interesting. They kind of want that Witch Doctor with a little bit of lockdown, don't you?
As in, you want extra lockdown? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
lockdown
well-
to set up the Death Ward? Or?
Yeah, you want kind of like some area of effect lockdown to help him out with Death Ward and stuff like that.
You're okay with that? Like, you're not picking the hero normally for the Death Ward itself. You're much more picking the hero for his laning presence. Like, his early game cask is, if anything, like the big spell when you talk about Witch Doctor. Really good zoning a lot of those tankier offlaners with Maledict. And then maybe if you want to go for a 5-man push, that Voodoo Restoration is good. So I think the Death Ward is almost like, it's kind of like the icing on the cake when you're picking Witch Doctor. You're never really picking the hero thinking, we're going to pick this and Death Ward's going to be sick, unless you're doing like a Void plus Witch Doctor. Most of the time you're thinking his other spells, his early game is kind of good. He's one of the better zoning heroes, I'd say.
And that's how pubs are different than pro games. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
That's all I picked that from.
And you just rush your axe.
Hell yeah, dude! Most points inside of the curse, and then Ag's first item. Sick.
I've seen you build axe, all the 3 stack components and the point booster last. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that's how we do, boy.
All right.
I really like the Juggernaut pickup here.
Why is that?
Do you?
Yeah, because otherwise we probably would have maybe seen it on Liquid because it's very good against Disruptor. You can just spin out of the glimpse, spin out of the field, spin out of everything.
I just worry because Lions picked it up last series that they played, and it was just kind of chain deaths from Loda. It did not live. It didn't really
He's
have a
gonna
huge impact.
redeem himself.
Yeah, he still won though, you know?
Yeah.
Fed and won, that's the strategy. That's the Alliance special.
He did say that he wasn't feeling too comfortable during that game, but then he trusted his team to still work around him. So I'm sure that he can, like he of all people knows how to come back and just reset and do better next time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Lions have a lot of control if they can actually get Liquid in a small radius. They've got the Chaotic Offering, they've got the Kinetic Field, the Static Storm, and now the Omni Slash. Alliance need to just herd them into that area. What do they pick for that?
Ooh.
That's super interesting. Talk to me, gods.
Timbersaw is super flexible, safe lane, mid lane, off lane. No real. Those are the 3 lanes you can run him. But
That's very good.
Thank you,
Jungle
bud.
though? Can you do
All right,
jungle?
Iron Talon, anyone can go jungle. No, but I think this is something mostly actually Marty's been playing a lot for Liquid lately. They're likely to run it in the safe lane. It gives them more magic damage and burst damage. Not really BKB heroes on the Alliance side. Jug doesn't really want to go into one. He rather fights around the Omni Slash and the Blade Fury. So hero that dishes out a ton of damage. You've got the set from the Sand King, the Witch Doctor. The laning stage is strong. And this is a hero that can kind of enable Miracle to play maybe like a flashier mid if they are going to be putting it in the safe lane. But again, it's flexible. You can put it mid, you can put it safe lane. It's not really foretold where this hero is going to be going.
Annie, you asked just now which hero Alliance would go for to lure them into that one area.
Yeah, I mean, they got to have something that kind of controls Liquid. They got to have something that can either move them or drag them or something, because Alliance are really going to benefit from a small AoE fight.
So I'm thinking Slardar is going to be Jonas and Fan's hero, because we saw it on EGM last time, didn't really work out, and I'm going to assume Warlock is going to be a support, Hatskin of course on the Disruptor. That would mean that it's going to be a loaded Juggernaut again, and that would mean that we are looking for a hero for Limp. Now, he plays quite a few good heroes that could do that, and I was actually I was not expecting that, but a Tiny could still work out, as well as maybe potentially a Magnus.
Oh, you see that?
Magnus could be pretty great.
Yeah, Magnus would be a very Alliance style hero.
Yeah.
Team fight, the Empower for the Jug. You can empower Slatter, even not as amazing, but the Terrorblade makes you kind of rethink things a bit here.
Is this like an ultra fast push strat from Liquid, or they just want to be tearing you a new one?
It secures some good late game. Hero with very high armor, so it means you're not too worried about being amped up and bursted down by the physical damage as much. But interesting. The pick I was not expecting to see really played at all this tournament. I'm wondering what Alliance are going for.
Oh,
Oh, no.
they're going back. They're going back.
All right.
All right.
I'm feeling it.
Oh no. Alliance.
I'm feeling
So
it.
Lotus Slaughter, I was about to say this means the
Live Jungler.
Lip Jug mid, Slaughter, safe lane, off lane, Nature's Prophet. They're looking to play very fast tempo, get a fast blink on Loader, maybe go back to that like Armored or Vanguard build, go fight, run at them, amp people up. Like,
Is it gonna happen? Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take game one? That's my question.
Oh, jeez, absolutely Alliance, okay? They're disrespecting the Disruptor. Great against Terrorblade, great against Timbersaw, great against whatever damn other hero, Sand King.
Okay.
They, hubris, my friend, hubris. Alliance has.
Annie?
Much as I love Alliance, I'm really liking Liquid, the way they're playing today.
No, not like this.
aren't you 100% today in your predictions?
I am 100%.
Don't worry.
Okay, good. I'm Liquid. Yeah. I think Alliance got some, I mean, they have their ideas, their Alliance style, but Liquid just looks a bit stronger right now.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out who's gonna take this first game. It is the winners bracket finals here with Alliance taking on Team Liquid. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged for the game.
Prepare for battle.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the casting desk. I'm OD Pixel. I'm going to be joined by Fog for this series, Alliance versus Liquid. The game has started, so let's shoot ourselves straight into it. Fog, talk to me about this then. Liquid finishing up their draft with a Terrorblade, a hero that we sometimes see teams pick, kind of pull through, but it's definitely not in the norm. And Alliance, again, going for this Nature's Prophet. We saw them play this earlier. Is this going to be another one of these games that goes post 60 minutes?
Definitely possible. I think the Terrorblade pick is really interesting because now this gives them their push potential. They had no other heroes that can really hit towers. This is the one that can just like force early on towers, or early on aggression, make the movement with him, and he scales super hard into the late game. And like Parker was kind of mentioning, he's just got this natural super high base armor, which is obviously quite good versus the Slardar. And then yeah, they have like the mixture of team fight with the rest of their heroes. I think the interesting thing is this Witch Doctor, which I kind of wanted to point out is inside of like Disruptor Ultimate and stuff. If you toggle your Voodoo Restoration and you have multiple people around you, you're pretty much counteracting all the damage from that Disrupt the Static Storm. So that could be kind of cool. It also benefits as well to be pushing and everything. However, now looking at alliances, I think their game's a little bit harder just because they have no natural like lockdown. It's pretty much all Loda now for this lockdown, and then it's Handskin as well for the Disruptor. He does play it incredibly well, but I mean we'll see how it ends up developing for them because they do have they have good team fight, but with pretty long cooldown, obviously from the Warlock, and then they have like this Furion who's just like, you know, it's just a Furion. It's Alliance. They're like the only team that's picking it right now, so it's kind of hard to really gauge what they wanted. Maybe some push, some treants to kind of scout stuff out a bit as well, and then tank some arrows maybe. You know, it's just a hero that messes with the supports as well a bit. But Witch Doctor is naturally very good versus him in lane.
In terms of the lanes, how do you feel that the lane's going to go in for both sides? Is there a team that's going to come out on top of the laning stage with their draft?
Let's take a look. I mean, it depends on where they want to start. So GH looks like he's going to start just jungling. We haven't really seen too much Mirana support. I mean, they've obviously ran it a couple times now, but I think that the laning phase should... I mean, it should be quite even. I think that My Control is going to be the one who struggles the most for sure. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him. He's going to struggle to get some experience, but I think we'll see GH make the movement down there, and then he should be just kind of okay. You know, he should just be able to get some stuff. So I think that's, I guess, in a bit of a way, the advantage goes to the Alliance just because My Control is going to struggle a bit in that offlane, while Furion should get experience with those treant pulls, even though there's Witch Doctor.
What about the mid lane matchup? This whole kind of Timbersaw versus Jug. I mean, at the moment we can see it's starting off very close between the two. Is there a hero that's expected to kind of come out on top after a few waves?
I think it's fairly even. They both farm. I think Jug maybe gets a little bit more pressured by Timber just because he gets, you know, Timber just right clicks him and Jug can't really right click him back because of reactive armor and Torment Shield being so ridiculous. But I mean, I think it should just be a fairly even farm game. Both of them should be bringing out their Quelling Blades like they just did, and yeah, CS4.
At the moment, the safe lane is split up 8 for 2. Over on the side of Liquid, 5 for 4. So looks like MP is able to get well, he's got 1 deny at the moment, but at least putting a bit of pressure onto Miracle. Jonas and Fan trying to do his best to make sure it's not the easiest lane in the TB's life.
Yeah, Alliance doing something really good here. They noted that their big camp was blocked by an Obs Ward, so they sentry'd, they killed it. Now they're able to get this like free pull, which they need within these 3 heroes. They need to be getting levels between the Disruptor and the Warlock, so they have to be pulling. Hanskin grabs an Arcane Rune, but might get picked off here, but is Mind Control going to catch him? No, he's got EGM on the side, but I don't think they're going to be able to bring down a tanky Warlock, even with the stun arrow.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. He's always going to get the chance to get that Shadow Word out, so it's going to be a hard kill.
Long arrow, though. That's a 5-second stun.
At the same time up top, Miracle actually going to be able to find first blood there as he takes down Yonasan fan. Indeed, back down bottom. Can they finish off EGM? They can't. All the salves. Oh, he gets. I think he used one salve, then I want to say Loader gave him a salve as well.
Hanskin salved him afterwards.
There was a double salve there just to keep EGM alive.
He would have died to that last right click, but that was actually such
true teamwork.
That was sick teamwork by the two of them there. He was dead from that like arrow lineup. He got his salve off to survive that one last hit.
Oh man, that was pretty sweet.
His teammate salves him as well. So that was, I mean, Alliance showing a lot of teamwork there. That was actually pretty cool.
It was cool in the bottom lane. Obviously, still overall, it's good news for Liquid. Top lane, they were able to get the first blood. Miracle was able to get the kill, so they'll be very, very happy with that indeed up top. But yeah, the little cute plays there, keeping the supports alive. And as we can see, indeed, maybe thinking about getting Kuroki. He hasn't got Tristan for a couple of seconds. I mean, can you get this Witch Doctor kill up top?
I think we're probably going to see Kuro buy his boots, buy a TP, and suicide the neutrals. So I don't think that he'll be able to really see him.
The TP's coming through. He's going to block him off.
Is he going to even go for it?
Does he go for this? Does he dive past the town?
Kuroki aware of that movement, though. That was nice. That was definitely really smart. He sees the tree and spawn. He's waiting a moment, waiting till he sees Jonas in lane, and now, this is his time. Is he going to walk all the way back? I guess so.
Oh, bottom lane. Another bit of a go onto Mind Control. Has the Shadow Word on him. Fatal Bonds onto both of them. In fact, with Thunderstruck into GX, that's going to bring Mind Control fairly low. Shadow Word, he's got the Fairy Fire there in the south, so he should be okay if he needs to use it. And somebody south straight up. So able to keep himself alive, but as we're seeing a lot of pressure being put on Mind Control, and it's pretty much as you said, coming into this one, you expected the SK to have the hardest lane at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a really big deal though that they killed this Furion in the top lane, because he was almost level 3, so they get a little surge of experience from that.
And back in the mid lane match, we kept too close eyes on because it's all been going off in the side lanes. We can see that Matima Man and deep with the edge of the boat. Again, as you kind of expected. Bottom lane, Mind Control again, just having to burrow strike away as Loader closes in. Tries to make something happen. GH has come over to mid as well, just to make sure that Matima Man keeps this lead against them and gets himself further ahead on the Timber Saw. And yet to really see, obviously, too many rotations from Alliance, as they've had their work cut out in the bottom lane. I mean, can we expect to see any sort of kind of help coming in towards the mid lane, or is this a kill that's just not worth throwing resources at this stage of the game, looking for Timber mid lane?
I think it's still too early. It's way too hard just with the Disruptor rotating alone. You don't really want your Warlock to be coming in. He does have the glimpse on GH. GH has the lead, but he doesn't have a good positioning to do it right now. Does he dodge the last auto attack? He does.
Very sweetly done there by GH. Sweet little play. Saves his life.
Both teams doing a pretty good job of making sure that their supports get experience, though. The Disruptor's lacking a little bit, but he's been non-stop pulling, while EGM focuses more on zoning. And EGM's level 3, then almost level 3 on Disruptor, level 4 Slardar, while on the side of Liquid they have GH obviously running around just arrowing neutrals quite a bit, and then Kuroki just chain pulling. So it's fairly even experience-wise from both sides.
We can see. Yeah, it's just the biggest difference, definitely, between the two offlaners at the moment.
Yeah.
Even though Yonasan fan did die once, he's more than double the levels of Mind Control at this stage. He's gone to level 5.
That's kind of what we figured to happen a bit, just because he can even go jungle naturally, so it's not so big a deal. But yeah, I didn't think actually Mind Control would be suffering that hard. I knew he was going to suffer, but that's pretty grim for him. He's getting really zoned out by this, the lane ward that they had earlier, and now they even put another one to focus on making sure that he does not get a comeback at all.
Still though, in terms of the side lanes, the slight edge going towards Miracle on the Terrorblade at this stage in comparison to Loader Slardar. 41 CS at the moment, making these side pulls as well, keeping himself ahead of the game in terms of farm. It's a good opening for the TP. I mean, as the game goes on as well, with Alliance's lineup, do they have methods to deal with a Terrorblade that's had kind of free farm in the laning stage?
It's definitely going to be a bit hard to find him in some certain scenarios, but they do have damage to deal with him if they are able to lock him down. The Fatal Bonds is very good once he gets a couple illusions going. Disruptor obviously very good throughout most of the stages if he's able to find the real hero. Obviously able to block out his potential to use Thunder with the silence. And they have a decent amount of lockdown. They have a decent amount of burst coming out from the Juggernaut Omni Slash if he's isolated. So they will have some decent potential to do it, but dealing with a Timber Saw and a Terrorblade if they're at that point will definitely be a different story.
Yeah, and as you said, that is the thing, the fact that Matima Man indeed as well, having nearly just as good a time as Miracle in that top lane. Back towards mid after GH just sits in the lane for a bit, getting himself a bit of XP, bit of gold.
I'm happy to see this Mirana support a bit more, though. I always thought of the thing that can be ran in a lot of lineups. It's a little bit, I guess, kind of greedy, but you're always able to find your levels. You're always able to arrow. Matumber now getting gone on mid lane.
Yeah, nice little play there. There is the handscan disruptor you've got to be careful about if you're Liquid. Walks into a lane that controls more than they. Try for a sweet little play to time the Timber Chain, but indeed was not there to save him.
And right away, Miracle sees his opportunity to metamorphosis and just beat on that top tower. It's going to go down for sure. But yeah, nice rotation there by Hanskin, recognizing the Olympus level 6. They have Omni Slash, they have Spin, and Matu maybe playing a little bit far up, but still, you know, it's a hard position to be in for him to predict that kind of movement.
And he's back in lane, and it looks to start to continue to put the pressure onto Lim, who's handing around counts as one appetite as well. He's got that level 1 healing wall, the phase boots, and the poor man is so more than kitted out to do that at this stage of the game. Microtrol still down bottom, having trouble with his levels. I mean, he's been on level 2 for quite a while. He's just about to reach level 3, but it's still a very, very slow start for this SK. And a load of playing aggressively comes in with the amp and the bash. And it's going to take a bit of time for Mind Control to really catch himself back into this game and become relevant on the SK.
So Loda's not doing the like treads, blink or anything. He's going for the straight brown boots into armlet build that we've seen some people do, but not too often because we don't really see this short lane Slardar too often anymore. We used to see it. We saw it in Manila a bunch, but you know it's definitely fallen out of favor since then.
Well, I guess in terms of toggling this game, it's relatively good. I guess you just got to be worried about with the Chakram and the Sandstorm, but I guess at the same time unlikely that the SK puts too many points, or any points at all in the Sandstorm at the early stage of the game. So Armlet could be very, very strong. Down towards the bottom Rune Eyes, onto GH, and indeed with a glimpse as well. He gets a chance to leap out, tries for a deny. The control of Hansked's too strong. He could be in trouble though in return. Kroki coming in, Hansked is going for the straight TP out. It's the right call to make. He gets himself out. Jonas and Fan, he'll be a little less lucky. As Mind Control is there with the Burrow Strike and picks up some well-needed experience there with the thanks of his teammates catching out the Nasus Prophet.
Still only level 3 though for him. It's definitely feeling a bit sad, but still, yeah, much needed experience. Now this is where Matu makes the roaming, and they give the mid lane to Mind Control. So Matu makes the movement, and Mind Control takes mid lane to get some much needed experience, as you were mentioning. Miracle just jungling away, rushing that Dragonlance treads build that we always see. And yeah, Loda's got the armlet now, so he's got this potential to scale as well into later stages of the game, which is why I kind of like this pickup. So he doesn't get like stagnated on like a blink dagger, and then he like makes a mistake and he's just kind of screwed in a position. So
absolutely, that's the thing. You can go for that blink straight up first, but you're still nothing more than just a jump in and a stun. The damage is not going to be there, and you're going to rely on your teammates. And obviously, Rocket Destroyer, there's no huge amount of burst or anything to help instantly take someone out, so there's always going to be that turnaround potential from Liquid.
Omni Slash online, Limp running into the jungle with Hanskin. They're looking for a miracle. You see
that courier has someone. There's got Tranquils and a Soul Ring on.
He gets the crit, the one hit.
Oi, oi, oi.
That would think it takes 2 hits if he doesn't get that crit.
Yeah, that was Mind Control's full Tranquils and Matumba Man's Soul Ring. Gone.
Yeah, that's
for 3 minutes.
That's definitely painful. Mind Control getting hit by Fear and ulti. Does he get the stun off? He does. He gets glimpsed back.
Guess who's there?
Oh, Sandstorm level up. Oh, he took the skill point.
Mind Control? Can they still get him? No, he's well and truly done it. In fact, Hansken, he's going to play with his life here by looks with the Maledicts on him. That should tick him down. The healing ward, is that going to be enough to save him? It's going to be close. The healing ward and the infused range up do save him. Limp goes back in with the Omni Slash. In fact, Limp just walks in and can't quite get the second one. EGM will be there to finish it off. So at the end of the day, Alliance, they end up getting all 3 of the kills, even though there was some sweet little play there at the start from Mind Control to get himself away from the Disruptor. And the Jugs proceeds, but at the end of the day, 3 kills, and Alliance lose nothing in return. The healing ward, the infused range drop, enough to save Hansken on the Disruptor.
Yeah, he went for the Maledict build on Kuroki, so he's trying to do a little bit of damage. I guess, 2 points is fine for laning phase, just able to pressure with it. It's always nice little burst potential. But yeah, nice TP from Jonas finishing up Mind Control. Like you mentioned, they picked up all 3 kills, even though it was a nice little cheeky play from MC to skill up that Sandstorm and almost survive. So EGM's already level 6, and what's he got coming out on the courier there? He's got a Midas.
He's got his Midas done. 10 minutes in. you got to be pretty happy with that kind of timing.
How did he get that? What's his CS? Let's take a look at this. 15. Okay, so he's been chain pulling. He took a little bit of lane CS too when Loda was being aggressive too. So
it's literally his only item as well.
I mean, that's
so going all. I mean, it pays off if you can get it 10 minutes on a support. It's
hey, I was kind of like not really joking around. Just like I feel like I haven't seen this EGM presence where he's just super farmed for support in a long time. It feels like it's been like a year at least since I've seen it now. This could be it. He's got a Midas at 10 minutes on a Warlock. It's a dream.
I'll be more than happy with that one. Still though, the big issue, it certainly seems for Alliance, is the fact that Miracle continues to have uninterrupted space up on this top lane. He's sitting at the top of the net worth, and at this rate, he looks to maintain that position very comfortably. Bottom lane, make a bit of a go on to Matuma Man. EGM is there as well, does have the golem, will drop it immediately. Backups there from Limp as well, with the Blade Fury working down Matuma Man. They'll get the kill, and TP will be coming through from Miracle. Maybe look to see if he can try and turn this, but on his own, not a huge amount that he can do, and he wants to be a little careful. I mean, they've got the glimpse back on him. Kroki's going to be there to back him up. A good cast to hold them. Alliance have 4, and they'll be ready to move in for the Sprout onto Miracle. And the Understand Man TPing up from the back lines with the Amplify. They don't just get one, they get both of them. A double kill for EGM. This is definitely going to be the game where you see EGM back in that farm support position.
1,000 gold. He just bought this Midas.
And that's a massive kill for them. It was the issue. Miracle's TB, and he TP's in. Liquid can't get there with the backup, and Alliance just pulling together as a team, and 9 for 2. This is, I think it was looking to be the strongest start that a lot of people would have expected for Alliance against this Liquid lineup.
Absolutely. I mean, this is the dream right now. Yeah. I mean, if Firen's level 8, he's got 2,000 gold as well with the Sage's Mask, probably going to build up the full Oblivion, yep. So he's going to be going toward a really fast Orchid, which is great versus majority of the heroes on Liquid. Yeah, this is, I mean, damn, Alliance, looking good this game. Arcane boots now on EGM. Look at that. He's cruising.
Yeah, and as you said, Jonathan fan, they closed that Orchid and Loda about 3/4 of the way through getting his Blink Dagger done.
I mean, we've all talked about the Handskin Disruptor. He's making the plays happen. 6 assists already. He's all over the place between this bottom and mid lane.
Yeah, it's totally understandable why the teams do ban this hero out against Alliance, and sometimes just pick deny it, go after themselves, but you give Handskin this hero to play with, and he'll certainly make those plays. The courier's back up for Liquid, so those Tranquils and Soul Ring will finally be delivered, and they can start to get those items back out. And
yeah, I mean, Mind Control may have lived in all this. This totally different situation could be happening if they had this courier that delivered the items. They do have a Mirana ult, Moonlight Shadow coming out, but GH is spotted, gets glimpsed into a Disruptor.
They've got an Omni Snatch as well if they need it, and they don't even do. They just use the straight up Blade Fury, and as you said, Hansken's catch. And Kuroki at the moment just hiding. They don't have any wards here at the moment, so it looks like Kuroki will be able to kind of just juke his way out underneath the cover of his own ward.
Very nice, I mean, from both teams actually, very nice aggressive wards. They're able to see like pretty much everything that's going on the map from both sides. Mind Control now finally gets his Tranquil Boots delivered from the courier. He's got the Iron Talon 1,000 gold. He's on his way toward his Blink, but yeah, he's definitely slowed down a good amount, and it's really slowing down Liquid's potential to really do anything because they need that Sanking to really make plays.
They really do. They need Mind Control to be making that. And Mind Control, he's certainly a player that can make those plays as long as he's got the tools to do so. And still, 13 minutes, we're not quite at that point.
Yeah, taking him a bit long. Maybe he'll walk into somebody in the jungle. They do see the Slark farming with that ward, so maybe they're going to get a nice easy kill here. Lotus. Oh no!
Incredibly low. By that Blink Dagger, you got 2.3k. God, he will. He's fine.
He gets it. Nice.
He's like, free journey back to base, I'll take it. He took his time though with that purchase. I was like, Loda, buy the Blink. He got it.
That's definitely a big amount of gold though, going and experience to going for Mind Control. He's now level 8. He's completely caught up in this game. 500 gold for Blink Dagger, and he's looking good.
Yeah, could be in trouble. He'll try for straight up Sprout and TP, but the Maledict damage on top of Miracle pounding into him with a Metamorphosis. There's no escape from the Nature's Prophet. But indeed, once Loda's back up in 10 seconds time with that Blink Dagger. In fact, bottom lane, a lot of TP's coming through. They're looking to stop this pressure. The Mind Control was putting on with the help of Matuma Man. A quick Omni Slash takes down Matuma Man before he has the chance to TP out. The question is if they can get anything more. It looks like, yeah, they already used the Glimpse. In fact, Hanskin incredibly low. It'll be healed up by EGM.
Hanskin didn't even have to make the play there happen for himself. They went in to try to kill him, and he's like, I got this guy. Static Storm, and he gets a kill out of it. Like, this guy's actually making so many plays on the map. It's ridiculous.
Again, look at another friend. He was just down with his bottom. This man's everywhere.
He doesn't even get the assist
for that. He's in every lane.
Well, he doesn't even get the assist. He had the assist already.
He doesn't want the assist. He's like, He didn't need it.
Oh, Kuroki now looking in trouble. They've got the Blink Dagger on
He
Slaughter.
is in a lot of trouble. There's a DD on Slaughter. He just punches him once in the backside.
Oh my goodness, and he's not even level 11. That's only minus 10 armor from him with the right clicks from Fury.
But it was with the DD.
Died super fast. Yeah, the Fury was hitting him super fast.
Oh, as in, yeah, Jonas and fans there, yeah.
He's doing lots of deeps.
He's nearly got that orchid done, and with this tower gold, that will help even more. Blink Dagger's done on mind
Going
control.
for mind control, gotta get him. Oh,
Hey, Moonlight Shadow, lol.
he's trapped there now for a bit.
What's going on? This is...
He doesn't have the mana. Now he gets mana booted. He has a stun.
Top tower.
He's got the spin up. He doesn't have a TP on him right now, though.
Oh, mind control! He's got in! And immediately Lotus there with the backup. GH to pay of his life as well. Lim's gonna live. In fact, he wants to turn it out. The team jukes out the Chakram with Timberman coming past with the Timber Chain. But
Got the
Liquid.
glimpse. Oh, he gets the crush on the Timber Chain, but he should be just fine. He's pretty tanky on the Timber Star.
Devil's going to be dropped down from Kuroki, trying to force back the side of Alliance. Jonas and fans coming on the back lines with the amp damage just ripping through Kuroki. He's to fall.
Oh my god. 16-4.
Oh, I think this is what happens when you trash talk the Swedes like Matumba Man did. They hit you really, really hard. 16-4, 16 minutes in.
Hanskin still only has 8 assists, but I feel like this man should have like 12. He is actually all over the place, making the plays
I
non-stop.
feel like he should have 20. And there's only been 16 kills.
Yeah, actually, that's probably. Limp went for the Rush Diffusal Blade. I like this pickup. He got it really early. It's obviously a big burst of agility, 25 agility, and you're always able to chase people out for the Diffusal.
Really nice for these early skirmishes as well, because 16 minutes in 20 kills there's been a lot of fighting, and a lot that has been favouring Alliance. Still though, as it stands, Miracle is up there. It's just he has got a very heavy game early at this stage to carry on his Terrorblade, but if there's a player that can do it, Miracle, he certainly would be the one. As we've seen, just Alliance, they've got a lot of tools to do with that.
You'd think the deficit would be a lot worse, being at 16-4, but the fact that Miracle's farming so hard, it's only 4,000 gold right now. I mean, only is it's a good amount, but it is definitely less than you'd expect with this type of kill score.
I mean, it's a lot of it as it attributes to Loader. I mean, he's got nearly half the CS of the Terrorblade, but that doesn't matter because he's been killing the heroes. He's 4-1-3. He's been making the plays, and I guess some of this expected as well. You're playing Slaughter. You're not going to be seen in lane farming. You get your armlet, you get your blink, get the momentum going, and Alliance certainly do have that behind them at this stage of the game. They're looking to push down a tier 1 up on the top lane.
Orchid complete as well on Jonas.
17 minutes. He'll be very happy with that, especially in a lane where he gave up first blood. And was having a little bit of a tough time.
Oh, Alliance looks like they want to fight for this bottom tower. This could be a very big skirmish. This is where Miracle gets involved for the second time.
All eyes on Hanskin really to see how he sets this one up. And already the tower to fall. At the same time, they get the trade up top. Jonas and Fan finding it. EGM, he needs to use that Midas. Come on, EGM. Efficiency. Oh, well, jumping onto Hanskin. It's good hero to jump in onto if he can't get his spells out, but he does get the chance for the statics on the kinetic field. He'll lose his life, but in return, they will take down a second. Stanking and Marana paying with the price there. Limpy's not done. He's looking to chase down for more. Hang on with Timberman. A good crush from Loader, stopping the Timber Chain from coming out. Timberman's still able to get himself across. He's going to try for the TP. Oh, wait, he's not going to make it though. EGM. He ain't messing around, drops the Golem. They'll take a 4th hero in a 4-for-1 trade. And EGM, he still hasn't used his Midas, because he don't give a damn. Now go. Come on, EGM.
They're prepared. I mean, the Alliance was super ready for that movement. They saw everybody pushing bottom, so it's kind of natural for them to expect kind of people to move into the jungle, but Liquid just doesn't expect there to be 4 or 5 heroes there, and Alliance just outnumbering them constantly. Yep. That big plays. Yeah,
Miracle's just like, I'm not part of this. I'm pushing my lane. I'm playing the farm game.
I mean, he's doing what he can.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely the right thing for him to do.
The one time he got involved and he died, so he's just like, you know what?
He's like, never again.
He's like, I'm out, guys. I just gotta get my Manta, get my Diffusal, get everything online.
20-5. It is certainly looking impressive for Alliance, to say the least. And at this stage, they've been pulling out some very, very great plays across the map. And it just seems like they have a really good lineup to do it with. Of course, with his Nature's Prophet, something that we're not used to seeing that much in terms of many teams picking up. But Alliance showing us how well it can work in terms of catching someone out with the Disruptor, instantly adding a +1, and loaded with the start that he getting the good timing on the Blink and the Armlet means that every hero on Liquid's lineup is very, very vulnerable to being jumped on. Even Matumba Man, the tankiest at the moment on their side, we're seeing that they can disperse of him. Loader hits a good crush, mid-Timber Chain, and suddenly Matumba Man's stuck between the lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the easiest Timber game. You're playing versus Disruptor, you're playing versus Juggernaut, you're playing versus Slardar. They have high damage potential between those three, plus obviously the silence to deal with you if you can do anything else.
This smoke could be perfect if they catch out Miracle, and Miracle's just headed down. He just flashed himself. I may look to just go for Roche instead. I think they do want to try and find a kill before, so they're a little bit worried about where Liquid are. Liquid actually using the Moonlight Shadow to maybe come back in themselves. I mean, Liquid as well, they do have the epicenter. They can fight if they get a good jump. You know, Alliance may be ahead, but Liquid still have relatively good team fight with the SK, which even was just the whole team jumping in with Starstorms and such. But they can't quite find it, and looks like they were just using that to maybe hope to dispel the smoke from Alliance and see if they could catch the Alliance coming into them. But Alliance back away, and immediately with the TP in from Jonas and Fan, they are going to look to go into the Roshan pit, and they should be able to easily do this.
They have so much
before
physical
Liquid come
damage.
across.
It's actually ridiculous with this Diffusal Blade on the on Limp so early on, and then now with this amplified damage plus Jonas's right click potential, they're dishing out just ton of damage. And I think EGM actually does he have the Agonist? No, he's very close, super close.
He is very, very close. Fiend going out bottom lane. Hey, you thought you were TPing out, JK. Here comes EGM with the Golem once again. No messing, no chill from this Warlock.
He doesn't. I mean, usually you're like, wow, he used Rock for one hero there, but you know they're not team fighting. You know, Liquid isn't really team fighting them, so getting a kill off of a Rock is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Now, EGM has the Aghanim's once he wants to pick it up off the courier.
They might be getting out of this as well. They're pushing down bottom lane. Hansken de-warning the moment, but Matua Man is coming across. Loader is there to back up. In fact, they could maybe try and go for a bit of a play. They've got the crush. Static Storm immediately laid down. Jonas and Fan TP's in, and he's got to kill himself with Matua Man. He's out there straight away. At the same time, indeed, their bottom lane, they take the tower, and Alliance continue to find objectives. Don't necessarily find the kill, but still, of course, just knocking a Timber out, cutting down his Bloodstone charges. It seems to just go from good to better for Alliance at this stage. It's looking very hard for Liquid to turn around, but still, Miracle is the one you got to have your eyes on. Throughout all the chaos, he has kept the farm pretty immaculate. He's in a place where arguably he'd be in a game where his team were doing amazing. You know what I mean? It hasn't knocked him off his game at the moment on the TB, but it really is just a question on how much a farm TB can do to pull a game back. That's in the state that this one is with Alliance in the lead.
Can he? Yeah, it's basically can he 1 versus 5 for a bit until his teammates are able to get online in that point. It's looking pretty difficult for him. With all the potential that Alliance has coming up from their heroes, they're going to have BKB on Slaughter Tomb, EGM has the Aghanims like we mentioned, and now they even have a Shadow Blade on Limp, which will probably be picked up into a Silver Edge to deal with that Timber Saw, as well as reduce the damage from the Terror Blade if he does throw it on him after the Manta's used. But yeah, Miracle's doing a good job of just keeping top net worth, 3,000 ahead of the Juggernaut. So even though he's not really involved in like any engagements, he's just farming his life away. And this is where Liquid wants to make their first move.
Jumping in, looking for the target onto Loader. They've got the back of him with the Death Ward as well. This is going to be a good attempt to kill Loader, being falling down low, and he will go. Miracle looking to fight for even more use of the Metamorphosis. He's down a second, and in fact he's taking down the Aegis as well. Turns towards EGM. He's taken down a third. The question is, can Miracle carry 1v5? And with the help of his team, pulling out a perfect team fight like that, they certainly can. That's got to be scary for this is a team that was already doing very well. Many kills ahead, but suddenly Terrorblade turning up to the fight at perfect timing. This is the Miracle we know. He knows the right time to join the team. He's not going to join the team for a bad fight. I mean, he did once at the start. That was a mess up. Yeah. Now he turns up, rips Alliance to pieces, and with this push, Alliance may even lose the tier 3, may even lose it. There's no buybacks available, of course, at this stage of the game.
Metamorphosis is ending in a second, but he still has high right-click damage even without it. Yeah, they're just gonna take the tower. Yeah. Small gain. They know they're still a bit behind it, but that was a massive fight. 6 smoke, mind control. Just one Burrow Strike. That's all it really took to get that. And they don't have Rock on the side of Alliance because I'm using it. So that was just like very opportune moment for Liquid there, just knowing that the Rock was still on cooldown and knowing they're gonna catch them with their pants down.
Here's some fan. Look at the GH. GH immediately with the TP out here. Oh, yeah, the glimpse! Oh, the vision he gave there with the treants, allowing Hansken to get the glimpse. Can they actually get the Loader's going to have Blink in a second. They don't even need that. Jonas and Fan with a cheeky Nature's Wrath to finish off the deal. Very nicely done there by the Nature's Prophet. And indeed, well, they may not have Bulldog, but it seems like Jonas and Fan proving to be a pretty good stand-in here. Well, not stand-in, but he's pulling out the Bulldog charm that Alliance used to have very, very nicely.
Yeah, that lead that Alliance had is now negligible. You know, it's at 0 pretty much. It's actually into Liquid's favor after that entire engagement. And I was a bit concerned for Matu for a moment because he was down to like 5 or 4 Bloodstone charges, and then now, you know, he's back to 10.
He's back up.
He's
to
back.
10 now. He'll happily take that. It's definitely a game where Alliance making all the plays at the start, but as we've seen, it's by no means a clear path for them to victory. This Terrorblade is continues to be a bigger and bigger issue that Miracle's pulling out.
He's actually so massive. What's his GPM right now? What is this? Let me take a look at this. Oh yeah, casual 748 GPM from this Terrorblade. Even though he died, he kind of just gave his life away once bottom lane. I think this. I don't know if the smoke actually was caught by this Observer Ward.
I believe it. I'm pretty sure it was, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah, they ping out mid lane and they are grouping up as 4. So it looks like they are prepared just in case anyone jumps onto mid. But they've actually got their eyes onto Jonas and Fan up top. That's what Liquid are looking for. Mind control with a quick initiation, allowing them to close the gap. He actually goes for the BKB and attempts to TP out, but the damage is too much. And Liquid to claim another kill, closing that gap on the board slowly but surely. It's still 22 for 10, but it really is the farm that's the overarching picture. And he's got a 26-minute Scardy.
There's no buyback either. Yeah, 311 CS at 26 minutes. He's averaging.
There's not even that many creeps in the game at that point.
I think he won. I can't do math very well. Is that like 13 per minute? I don't know. It's more than 10. It's more than 10. No, it's like 11 or 12, whatever. Who cares?
And here's the push.
Yeah, there's no buyback. They're gonna get a rack stop this.
And they got fortification. There's still a stolen cooldown. Loda's gonna jump in with the crush, but Miracle, he doesn't care, just turns around, pummels into Loda's down.
Oh, he's getting comboed though.
But they do get a good static storm. They drop the golems as well. Miracle in a lot of trouble.
What was that, 1 HP?
It must have been minus HP. I can't quite believe what we're seeing here. It really is Liquid just turning everything around. Miracle played the game perfectly, and Liquid,
wow,
as a team coming together when it was needed, and it really is starting to all fall apart from Alliance's perspective. They've lost the top racks.
I think they're
going to lose the mid racks as well. 27 minutes in.
I mean, they lose 2 racks. Thankfully, they have a tier 2 bottom, but oh my god, Liquid?
I guess this is something to remember when you're playing carry in your pubs. If your team's flaming you for not turning up to fight, sometimes that's the best call to make. Miracle just keeping his head strong. 2 sets of racks now. And wow, if you're Alliance, it's getting very hard. I don't know how they kill this terribly. Even then, when they seem to have the static storm and the golems, he still gets his chance to play out of it.
He like barely lived. You know, they had the fatal bonds on multiple multiple illusions plus him. They get the rock on top of the static storm. He literally just got enough time to get that Slender off. And yeah, he survives. Now he's got BKB. So
they can't kill him now.
Yeah, now they actually cannot kill him unless they somehow kill him inside of a Slardar Crush, and he's completely isolated. But that's not likely. Wow, yeah, this is actually super impressive by Miracle, though.
Solar Crest on Witch Doctor for Kuroki. Vlad's picked up by Mind Control as well. Just getting all the tools together to just make this push even more deadly.
Just throw more on Miracle, just, all right, Solar Crest him, get him a Vlad, he's got this.
And the thing is as well, if Alliance get mega creeps, they do not have the tools to push that out.
No way.
They do not have the lineup.
I mean, these 2 smokes by Liquid just...
Okay, Alliance need this to be big. Loda looking to jump in onto Miracle immediately, and coming in with the forest strike onto 2. Miracle just pops the BKB, ready to fight. There is an Omni Slash there, believe it or not, but the damage is just doing absolutely nothing against Miracle's armor. They lost the wall. They do find GH in return, so Alliance getting a trade, but they're going to be losing more than just the 1. Hands getting caught out by the Chakram, and it's a 2 for 1. And Liquid already with creeps on the bottom lane, but in position to potentially push over for more. And in fact, Matumberman, he's not done fighting. He's chasing down Limp. Limp with the Blade Fury blink away will escape. But again, another push coming through. Thanks to the tree, as Miracle says, adding to his already impressive CS total this game.
Yeah, 343 now. I mean,
yeah.
Wow. What a this is
over
such
800 GPM on the Terrorblade.
Such a performance. I mean, like I said, those 2 smokes were super smart by Liquid. They just were calm and collected while Miracle just farmed up a lot, and yeah, it's paying off for them heavily. They did just lose the gem from GH, and I think Loda picked it up afterwards, but, small little games, right? Small little things, baby steps. We say that, while the kill score was like 21-5 at one point.
It really was. They were that. It seemed that they were that far ahead, but as we kept mentioning, we kept pointing attention back to Miracle, because it was really something that we asked ourselves, if he gets the space, do Alliance have an answer? And now Alliance sitting 2 racks down. If they do have an answer, it may be coming out too late at this stage. And Alliance pushed into a bit of a corner, and it is indeed going to be a very, very hard game for them to pull through on. But they do still have a chance if they get that perfect team fight. They've got failed bonds, they've got chaotic off them. There's a reason why this hero's been picked up first in so many games recently competitive. There is a chance, but as time goes on, it feels like that chance is getting slimmer and slimmer with the amount of farm that not just Miracle at this stage, but now Matuma Man second on the net worth. The whole team is getting.
Yeah, getting 2 sets of racks and like another tower and all this, like it gives so much money to your supports. It gives money to everybody. Like GH is now with Blink Aghanims. He's pretty much a core Marana. This is the ideal for him. Matamba's got his boots of travel, Lotus Orb. He's even got the hood as well. Like he's feeling great. Like even Mind Control's back. He even went for the Vlad's build. So they don't really need to have like this 4-step, this mobility. They don't need this like heavy team fight. They just need to kind of like find a pick and then brute force the towers with Terrorblade. Oh yeah. Damn.
And we can see already Jonas and Fan digging in ready for the defensive. He's going to be picking up that Maelstrom almost certainly, just to have something to help push out these waves. Aye. Now we'll get ourselves back in and back on. 30 minutes in, 23-16. Indeed, the overarching swing of net worth and search back in Liquid's favour. As Alliance, they need something big.
It all started going downhill when EGM used that rock on bottom lane, and then Liquid used that smoke and gets that big pick off mid, and there was no golem. But sometimes you can't read those type of scenarios. Like the game was having no fights, and then Liquid just turned it on and went. So that was just catching Alliance off guard for sure.
It's just going to be interesting to see how much Liquid try and force the issue now. I mean, it certainly feels like with the heroes that they've got with this Terrorblade, there's no reason for them to go to any kind of rash plays against Alliance. They're more than happy farming up and maybe even, of course, just waiting for the next Roshan, which indeed looks to be the case. Mind Control just scouting it out. Roshan to be up back in just about 40 seconds or so. So very, very shortly. And Liquid... I mean, obviously we saw early Alliance take it very quickly, but Liquid in their sense, they've got a lot of damage on this Terrorblade. But it probably isn't going to be as quick, because they don't have the Amplifier to work with.
They see the movement, they do see the vision with that ward, they see Limp moving over toward them, and they're going to go for this jump on Alliance.
They get Mind Control, jukes out the crush, but jumping into the back lines, it will be able to find the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut's down, they'll drop the golem onto Miracle, but it pops the BKB, turns towards EGM. He's taken down the Warlock, and that's not it for Liquid as they come in with the epicenter onto Hansken. GH is trapped up, Alliance trying to find something in return, but the leap out's there, loaded with the crush to hold back this pursuit from Liquid, but it's not going to stop. They surround Jonas and Fan, he turns to BKB and run, but he himself almost certainly in trouble. Loader comes back in with another crush trying to save his teammate, but he ends up paying with his own life. Loader out, GG well played is called. It's all too much. And I think just really a textbook performance there on the Terrorblade from Miracle, and just Liquid showing you how, even off the back of an earlier game where Alliance, they were beating the hell out of Liquid. Even as you said, it was 21-5, but